Taking away, you predicting a win for Panther here?
Of course.
The Red Raiders. You got the Red Raiders or the Raiders?
The Red Raiders.
They're playing Scott Springs, right? Scott Springs.
Abigail.
Oh, Abigail, that's right.
Yeah, that's the big one. That's the big one.
Can you go? Can you go at noon on Friday?
Nah.
Opening statement.
Obviously, this rivalry means maybe a little bit more to you from being from in the state and growing up so close to Columbia. Can you just talk about what it means to face South Carolina and also to beat South Carolina?
Like you said, it's a big rivalry. Being that I'm an in-state guy, growing up, you always hear about the Clemson South Carolina game, and how big it is for the state. Both universities are great universities. I grew up not too far from South Carolina, so it's a bit more personal to me. I know a lot of the guys that's on the team there. Matter of fact, I just talked to C.C. Woodlock a few minutes ago. He's very happy about the game. It's a big deal for us. And when we get away with the victory, that's big for us.
Is this a game that you hear about all season, during the, all off season from the fans and from maybe other players down in Columbia?
Definitely hear about it all season long. They said it gives bragging rights for the next whole year, so it's always a good thing to have bragging rights for a whole year. But it's a very big game, a lot of emotions to the team, a lot of hype into it. Hopefully, we can take care of business on Saturday night.
Talking to Coach Steele, he said that the reason you guys have been so effective defensively the past handful of weeks is giving up no more than one touchdown is your guys' play up front. How do you assess the defense and how consistent you've been over the past couple of games?
Coach Steele has brought up a good point there. It starts up front, so being at a defensive lineman, I feel that if we control the line of scrimmage, we can control the whole game. So our game plan is basically come in and dominate the offensive line, free up our gaps for our linebackers, and put pressure on the quarterback to make him make bad decisions for the secondary. So that as long as we can get pressure and dominate the line of scrimmage, I think we have a legitimate chance of being pretty productive.
Daquan, when you look at game film and you see 21 there for USC, just how impressed have you been with what you've seen from Latimer?
He's a great runner. He's an outstanding running back for a true freshman. He's very tough. He's carrying the ball 40 times a game, and that's hard to do in the SEC. So you got to give the guy credit. We're just going to try to game plan, and try to get him on the ground as much as possible.
Have you given thought that this could be your last time running down the hill, maybe with some of these seniors on Saturday?
I haven't thought about it. Someone made a joke about it the other day. It kind of crossed my mind, but I haven't really thought about it. I'm just looking for a great time in Death Valley. This actually will be my first time playing at night in Death Valley because I missed the Florida State game last year due to injury. So I'm pretty excited about that.
But Daquan, I'm sure you flip around ESPN, you watch television to see you number 3 on Mel Kiper's board. I'm sure that's got to grab your attention. It's grabbed mine on several occasions.
Actually, I hadn't really had a chance to see it myself. People have been telling me about it, but I'm always at meetings when it always comes across. I hear about it, and it's just an honor to be, thought so highly of. I just got to finish with a strong season.
All right, so can you think of any other better way to break the sack record than to get one here in the rivalry game?
I thought about that all week. That's one thing I have thought about. It'll be a great achievement to actually break the sack record here at Clemson, home, and my first night game against a rival. That's probably the biggest achievement that I'll accomplish this year. It's a great feeling. I'm just hoping I can get it done.
You've seen Garcia for the past 2 years, and you're watching him on film now. Does he look significantly improved? And what do you see about him that you've seen on film this year?
He's the conductor of the offense. He's going to make a lot of smart decisions for him. He's an intelligent guy. He makes a lot of reads and adjustments at the line of scrimmage. And we just got to play hard and try to get some pressure on him and force him to make bad decisions. But he's a great player. He's improved tremendously over the last 2 years.
Daquan, when you were growing up, Clemson was winning more games in this rivalry than South Carolina. How much did that figure into your decision here? Did that influence you at all when you were thinking about where to go to college?
It definitely wasn't influencing me at all. As much as I love Clemson, I was at South Carolina just as much. I had a lot of friends and family that went there. I was up there with those guys when I was being recruited. It was so close. That didn't have anything to do with why I chose Clemson. But it was a big rival. Where I'm from, South Carolina, it was a home team, so it was tough.
Been 40 years since South Carolina won 2 straight from Clemson. If this were to be your last game, you wouldn't want to go out that way, would you?
I definitely wouldn't. I'm I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that our seniors go out with a win. You know, it's a very big game for us. You know, just give us a few more options when it comes down to bowl. You know, give us a chance to start a winning streak. You know, we win this game, we can go into the bowl with a 2-game winning streak and hopefully get the bowl win and swing some momentum going into the next season. So that's the main focus we're trying to put on the table.
What do you feel has been the key to you being so consistent this year? I think a sack in 9 straight games, you seem like you've been brought it every Saturday, brought it on the line.
You know, it's just about maturation. You know, I had a great summer, a maturing process that I'm still going through. And, you know, it's all about understanding the defense and doing your job. You know, I don't try to make plays that don't come to me. I don't try to be Superman. I just make the plays that come to me and try to help my team.
Nonetheless, it certainly seemed like a Superman move. Your second sack, you literally knocked to the ground, got back up and found the quarterback and got a sack. That must have gotten a couple of claps in the game film when people were looking at the film.
You know, it's just all about playing with the high motor. Never give up on the play and keep pursuing. You know, that's how I got my first interception, pursuing to the ball. And that's what all I was trying to do was make sure the play wasn't over, keep my legs moving, and I was able to come up with the sack.
One of your coaches said yesterday that one of the things that most impressed him about Moore was that he could count on one hand the number of times he fell backwards. He's always going forward, always going downhill. Is that what makes him so impressive, is that he's always moving people?
Exactly. You know, for a young guy, he moves his feet very well due to contact. You know, like Coach said, there's not many times that we've seen him going backwards. You know, he's always falling for 2 or 3 yards. You know, and that's what we have to stop. We have to make sure, you know, we're tackling for losses, putting them in 2nd and 3rd and long. You know, hopefully, you know, make them punt the ball and give the offense more opportunity to score.
Coach Sweeney said today, get them one-dimensional, you got a better chance.
That is true. You know, if we can stop the run, I think we can be in pretty good shape to win this game.
Thanks.
No problem.
You got to come back next year. You know what to do on Tuesday.
I thought coming into the last year's game, defensive line would have a decided advantage. Just kind of looking back, I was wondering, you see what kind of went wrong for you guys?
The biggest thing I can think about, you know, it's not being as focused as it should have. So, overlooking South Carolina due to the 18%. This year, I'm sure they'll never bring a player. I'm sure they're thinking about the 6 starters. We got to come to play every game. I don't think we can.
I have to.
It's just getting fun, man.
They're well coached. They're going to get their hat with it.